Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're unpacking a really unique intersection of modern UFO sightings, spiritual channeling, and, well, cosmic geopolitics. We're going to explore a narrative that takes a real-world mass sighting and explains it through an incredibly intricate universe of alien alliances. Our source material today illustrates this perfectly. We're looking at Ryuho Okawa's book, What is the Galactic Federation Protecting Earth? Now, instead of giving us radar data or government files to explain a massive UFO sighting in Japan, the author uses a highly specific spiritual methodology to tell us exactly who was in those ships and why they were hovering over a major city. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the Yokohama Arena UFO incident, clarification via alien reading, the Pleiadian migration plan, the vegan space defense mission, and finally, approaching crises and space alliance. Let's start with Section 1, the Yokohama Arena UFO incident. Everything centers on a very specific real-world date, December 4th, 2010. On this day, Ryuho Okawa was hosting a major lecture called the Cantare Festival at the Yokohama Arena. And right as the event wrapped up, literally right after he spoke about the dawn of an era of alien exchange, a massive swarm of UFOs was reportedly sighted in the evening sky directly over the venue. The text presents this not as a coincidence, but as a real-time cosmic response to his lecture. And we aren't talking about just one or two isolated witnesses in a field somewhere. The author notes that an estimated thousands of attendees supposedly saw this incredible event as they were leaving the arena. The descriptions of these crafts are absolutely wild, too. People reportedly captured images of elongated motherships and even spherical crafts that seemed to transform or had wheel-like protrusions. The book argues that this sheer variety completely rules out any kind of standard human aircraft. Moving on to Section 2, clarification via alien reading. So, how do we know who was in these ships? Well, the book relies on a core methodology called alien reading. Basically, it's a spiritual channeling technique. Instead of using radio signals, the author claims to connect spiritually to read the soul memory of aliens reincarnated on Earth, or to directly converse with the consciousness of an observing alien spirit. Every single claim we're about to look at comes directly from this exact process. The text even breaks down the mechanics of how this works. It asserts that complex, advanced alien concepts are essentially downloaded and filtered right through the language center of the person doing the channeling. That explains, according to the book, how these cosmic messages get seamlessly translated and recorded in Japanese. Let's dive into Section 3, the Pleiadian migration plan. According to the channel testimony, the first group we meet are the Pleiadians. And they didn't just show up to say hi, they brought good news to validate this new era of interaction. But get this, they're actually planning a future mass migration to Earth. On top of that, they claim to be studying the teachings of the happy science movement, hoping to create miracles to help turn it into a world religion. But it isn't all peaceful progression out there. During the reading, this Pleiadian entity shows a sudden, profound terror when a totally different alien species is mentioned, the Greys. Listen to this exact quote from the reading. "Ah, scary. I'm scared of the Greys. They abduct you at night, do things to you, and bury monitoring devices in you." This really complicates the interplanetary politics, right? It shows that even these highly advanced, spiritually focused beings are absolutely terrified of abduction and implants by malicious entities. All right, Section 4, the vegan space defense mission. The book draws this really sharp, fascinating contrast between the groups at the swarm. You've got the Pleiadians, who are all about love and peaceful migration, and then you have the Vegans. The channeled readings describe the Vegans as a heavily militarized faction. They act as a cosmic defense force, specifically guarding religious facilities and fighting off aggressive groups, like the Reptilians. They're basically the cosmic heavy hitters. To give you a sense of their scale, the channeled vegan reveals that their specific UFO hovering over the arena was massive. We're talking over 100 meters in diameter. And to run a ship that size, the text claims it was carrying an astonishing 800 personnel right above the event. They weren't just passing by. They were deployed in serious force. You can actually see this confirmed right here in the original Japanese transcript. The interviewer asks for the specifics, and the entity confirms both the 100-meter diameter and the 800 passengers. It brings these tangible, military-style metrics right into a deeply spiritual text.
Which brings us to our final section, Approaching Crisis and Space Alliance.
So why the heavy guard right now? Well, the author connects these esoteric readings straight to modern earthly anxieties. The text warrants that Earth is facing imminent threats, specifically pointing to rising geopolitical and military tensions involving nations like China and North Korea. But the real takeaway of the book is reassurance. The narrative insists that humanity isn't facing these earthly and cosmic threats alone. Because Earth is considered so spiritually important, the text claims it won't be left defenseless. This quote right here is basically the core thesis of the whole book. The Pleiadian entity promises, in times of crisis, the Galactic Federation will surely come to help. It presents this Galactic Federation as a watchful, highly organized cosmic alliance, stepping in to monitor our struggles. To sum up this grand cosmology, Earth is viewed as a highly valued spiritual center, but we are physically and militarily vulnerable. Since peaceful aliens like the Pleiadians can't fight off aggressive forces, guardian aliens like the Vegans step in. And they all operate under the umbrella of this Galactic Federation, dedicated to monitoring and protecting our evolution. We'll leave you with this to ponder. If a galactic federation truly monitors our geopolitical and spiritual evolution, how might that completely reshape our understanding of human history and our place in the cosmos? Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you next time as we continue unpacking fascinating texts and ideas.